What's up, my fellow zombie slayers? This is Damian Hunter bringing you another video. This one is a follow-up to my last one, in which I talked about my VIP 10 talent tree setup. Feedback from that video brought to my attention that I really didn't explain what the 9 core talents are from each of the for the 3 trees, so I just wanted to revisit that real quick. So each of the 3 trees, economy, military, and balance, has 3 primary usable talents within them that have cooldowns of 24 hours. So now I just kind of want to take a second to explain what those are and what they do. So to begin with, the first 3, when you click on the little talent book, you have Recall, Mega March, and First Aid. These 3 talents are located in your military tree. Recall will bring all of your troops back within 3 seconds. So basically it's a hyper recall, and it's really handy to be able to dodge tile hits, or if someone gets reinforcements ahead of what your march was going to hit with. Next up, we have Mega March. Pretty straightforward. Just boost your march capacity by 10% for 30 minutes. Has a cooldown of 12 hours. And finally, for the military tree, we have what's called First Aid. It converts 30% of casualties into wounded units until the infirmary cap is reached for the following 30 minutes. So this is really helpful for when you do state versus state, or even just alliance fights, and you're going up against strong opponents. This will help protect some of your losses, since this game highly favors defenders over attackers. Moving on to the economy tree, you have the first one that you get is Fast Producer. This is good to run every 12 hours, and it basically grants you resources from all of your farm tiles within your HQ. So let's say you have 10 farms and they have, let's say, 10,000 capacity max. So if you click Fast Producer, it will net you 100,000 food from all 10 of those together. And it will do that for all of the resources, whether it's your anti-serum, steel, gas, or lumber. So it's a good way to kind of free-to-play gather resources if you're on the ball about using it every 12 hours. The second one you can get is Fast Build. This is really handy for Ace Commander events and or the Alliance Showdown quests. So basically this reduces your time for building and research within the following 5 minutes by 20%. So that really becomes handy when you start getting into HQ levels past 22, when they start taking 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, or 40 days to complete. It helps save on those speed ups. And then finally, for the economy tree, is the most important one out of all of these, in my personal opinion, is Swift Gatherer. So this allows your troops to gather max resources according to their load. So if you send troops to a tile with enough load to completely clear it, you activate Swift Gatherer and it will clear all of those tiles instantly, and your troops will immediately come back. The cooldown on this is 24 hours. So a good tip for this is to really save it for when you can occupy level 6 or level 7, preferably, RSS tiles. Moving on to the balance tree, which is normally good for training and infirmary stats. You first up have Hunt Mastery, which reduces stamina costs for hunting zombies by 20% for the next 10 minutes. This also applies to layers. So a good tip for this is when you have a layer-based event like Strike First, you get a couple of people together, about 3 people depending on what level of layers you can hit, and you all activate this at the same time, and you all drop a layer at the same time. So you should theoretically be able to clear 4 layers per person instead of just 3, because it should lower it by, I believe, 5. So it makes it a little bit easier to, depending on what your stamina recharge is and cost. So it should make it a little bit easier to get some extra points in the beginning. You'll be able to use this once per event, as the cooldown is 24 hours. The second one is really important also, is called Cost Reduction. This reduces your training and healing resource costs by 25% for 60 minutes. So this is extremely handy for day 4 of Ace Commander, which is the training event. Before you start training, you use this talent as well as your hourly boost for training, which is 10 or 30%, or if you're lucky enough to have obtained a 50%. And it will help you get more troops for a little bit less cost. And then finally you have Instant Heal, which is healing 10% of your infirmary wounded for free once every 24 hours. This is really good against during the Wasteland Wars, as well as the kill event that follows Wasteland Wars every other weekend. So I just want to apologize for this video being slightly over the place. It was a little bit unplanned. Hopefully this was good information. And if you guys have any feedback, please drop it in the comments below and I will try to improve. Thank you all. Have a good evening.